This is a recording of this morning's 30-minute mindfulness and yoga practice. I've missed out the first couple of minutes. I forgot to press record, so come to a comfortable seat and sit nice and tall, shoulders down away from your ears. As always, listen to your body. Don't do anything that doesn't feel right for you today. And we started by checking in with the body. So you might want to pop a cushion under your sitting bones, just under your bottom, so your hips are slightly higher than your knees, maybe 2 cushions or a yoga block or something. And we begin by checking in. Just check it. And your breath. How's your breath? What are its qualities? Is it fast or slow? Jagged? Smooth? Where do you feel it? Belly, chest, nose, throat. Just acknowledge it as it is without trying to change it just yet. And then the thoughts. The train of thought, is it racing? Are the constant thoughts of to-do list for today? Are they rushing in? Memories of yesterday, plans? Or is it spacious, giving you a bit of a break? Just acknowledge it, really become aware of it, and become aware that you are not your train of thoughts. You are not your busy mind. We get so swept away with it sometimes. Just create a little spaciousness there between you as the watcher, the awareness, the mindfulness of the thoughts. Separate yourself from them. And then more subtle again, the emotions. What emotions are you feeling right now? And how do you know that you're feeling them? Where do you feel them in your body? Don't think them, feel them. Not why are you feeling like that, or what can you do about it? Just feel it. And then the space beyond again, into the subconscious mind that you can't call into your awareness. You can't bid it to be visible. But you can be aware that there is a space from which your intuition, your creativity, your deeper self emerges, and we get glimpses of it from time to time. Just open yourself to that space. And then there is a space beyond our highest self, beyond even the subconscious mind, a space where we're connected with all things, and we really normally glimpse that at times when we're out in nature or absorbed in singing or working or running, or we lose the self for a moment and we become one with our activity and with everything. So open yourself to any opportunities to experience that space. And then bring them all together and sit just for a moment in the cradle of your experience of all things. And when you're ready, gently blink the eyes open. And we're going to start with a gentle seated warm-up. So interlace the fingers, take them to the back of the head, and without pulling on the head at all, or even putting any weight on it, drop the chin to the chest. And just allow the hands and the arms to focus the stretch at the back of the neck. So it just brings a little support, stillness. Just let the muscles of the back of the neck lengthen. And gently lift the head back up. Maybe circle the shoulders a couple of times. Now, if you're sitting on a block or a cushion, you might want to slide it out. You can come a bit more grounded into the mat. And we'll take left fingertips out to the side, right fingertips up to the ceiling. Create all that space through the right hand side of the body before you tip over to the left. Top elbow back, and the breath is long. And gently back up to centre and reach up with the left fingers, create all the space, and then tip over to the right. Using the breath to feel the edge of the stretch. And back up to centre, and then take left fingertips by your bottom, keep that left arm really straight, back of the right hand over the left knee, sit really tall. As you exhale, turn the head to look over the left shoulder. And float back round to centre, and take the right hand by the bottom, back of the left hand over the right knee. Sit tall, and then stretch, twist. And try to keep the neck a bit soft. Don't let the neck do all of the twist. You want the twist through the length of the torso. Maybe back off 5% with the head. And release the arms and float back to centre. Again, maybe a little circle with the shoulders. Take the hands to the floor and walk them away in front of you. Come into the body, just feel what's okay, like don't go too far. Use the breath between the ribs at the back of the body to open up the spaces. And gently walk the hands back. I'm going to come up to standing, so unfold the legs if they're folded, bring them to the front, make your way up. So as I said, we're going to do Moon Salutation today, which is a little bit different from a Sun Salutation. Let me just angle you up. Standing in the middle of the mat, we'll start with reaching the arms up, press the palms away again, and tip a little bit over to one side. So drawing the tummy and knees can be a little bit soft if that's helpful. Back up to centre and over to the other side. And back up to centre and release the arms down. And then we're going to step the legs wide and come to Goddess pose. So feet point outwards and knees track over the toes. Adjust the width of your legs and the angle of your feet to suit your legs and your knees, and come as low as feels good. So we're going to let the knees come out to the side, so we're pressing them out and back as we bend the knees. And this is coming into Goddess pose. So inhaling, straighten the legs, take the arms up to shoulder height, and then as you exhale, you're going to bend the knees and bend the elbows. That's Kali. She is a feisty goddess. That's Goddess pose. Goddess of destruction and rebirth. So I think this is like the full moon part of the Moon Salutation. So inhale as you straighten the arms and straighten the legs. Exhale, drop the hips down. And do a couple more. Exhale. You can exhale through your open mouth. An option to stick the tongue out and straighten arms and legs. And then we're going to turn, so you can turn the right foot in just a little bit and turn the left foot out a bit more. We're going to come to triangle pose. So legs can be straight, or you can have a little micro bend in the knees if that's better for them. Slide the arms and the torso over and then land the left hand onto the left leg. The aim is to keep the chest open to the front. You can have both arms strong, long and straight, or you can have top hand onto top elbow. And then from there we're going to come to Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. I couldn't remember that name this morning. So both hands come either side of your front foot, or your hands can come onto your leg if the floor's feeling a bit far away. You want to probably have a little micro bend in that knee just to protect it, and draw up with the thigh. Breathe into the big leg muscles just to encourage them to gently lengthen. And then bend that front knee, roll over the toes on the back foot and drop the knee. So we come into a low lunge. And just be gentle with the hips, be gentle with the knees. Just be slow, and then we climb Up, so keeping the back knee down, climb hands up onto that front knee. You might want to stay there, or if it feels good for you, you can take hands up to the ceiling, take a little baby back bend if that's accessible for you today, if it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And that's the crescent part, so that's a crescent lunge, which is the crescent moon of the moon salutation. And then exhale, bring the hands back down to frame that front foot. Now this one is optional, so you might want to just take a moment, sit down on your bottom if this one doesn't feel good for you, but we're going to do a half lunge. So bending the knee so the knee comes, so it's tracking over the middle toe of that foot, and we'd straighten the other leg. So you're kind of squatting with one leg and you've got the other leg straight. It doesn't suit everybody. You see what I'm doing? I move my arms out of the way, you can see a bit more clearly what I'm doing with my legs. I've got one knee bent, foot flat on the floor, other leg straight. And then from there, we're going to straighten both legs and come up into a wide leg forward fold. So both legs are straight, or a little micro bend in them, but relatively straight, and head is coming down towards the floor. So this is the new moon or the dark moon phase, or no moon phase. No moon visible. Just hang there, let the lower back release, let the muscles at the back of the thighs and the glutes lengthen. Breathe into the spaces in the body that can open, so more into the back of the ribs. Imagine you can send the breath into the back of the thighs and encourage them to lengthen. And then option, you might, if you didn't enjoy the half squat on the other side, you might want to hang out in that forward fold for another couple of breaths and miss the half squat on this side. But if you were okay with it, we're going to bend the right leg and come over to the other side. So left leg is straight. Right leg is bent. You can be up on the toes on that bent leg, or you can have the foot flat. You can bring hands into prayer, or you might just want to hang out in straight leg forward fold, whatever's working for you. And then from there, we're going to walk the hands round and come to face the short edge of the mat into our low lunge. So the back knee goes down and the front knee is over the front ankle. So we're going to come to our crescent lunge again. You might want to just hang out there in that low lunge. That might be good for you today. You might want to climb hands up onto the front knee. You might want to go again, take the fingertips up to the ceiling. You might want to take a little baby back bend. That's crescent lunge, crescent moon. Take one more breath if it's good for you, wherever you're at. Another inhale, and on the exhale, float the hands down to either side of that front foot. And we're going to re-hook the back toe so the back knee comes up. Probably going to hop the back foot in a little bit as we straighten both legs. And come to that Parsvanatana pyramid pose. So both legs are straight. Our right toes are pointing towards the short edge of the mat. Back foot is at sort of 45 degrees. Hands might be on the leg, hands might be, so you might want like a fairly flat back, or if it's good for you, you can bring the hands down over the front leg. And keep the breath moving. And then from there we're going to come to triangle. So left fingertips nearest me are going to open up towards the ceiling. Turn towards the long edge of your mat. You might want fingertips to the ceiling, or you might want hand onto the top hip. If you've got your hand up, you can, if it's good for you, you can turn the gaze up to the top thumb, the thumb on the top hand. And then from there we're going to reach up with the top hand. You might want to hop your bottom hand up your bottom leg, or if it's good for you, reach up with the top arm and use the strength in the top part of your body to slide your way up, all the way up, and then turn feet to the front of the mat. And we're going to do our goddess pose on the other side. So feet as wide, you adjust the width of your legs to the width of your feet to suit the length of your legs and how deep you want to go in your hips. Knees are going to be tracking out over the middle toe of the foot. So adjust the angle of the feet and the width of the legs and sink down into the hips, pressing the knees back, pressing the knees wide. And do it with the breath. So Exhaling, coming down. Take the arms up as you straighten, arms go out, and as you exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Inhale, point fingertips away, straighten legs. Maybe sighing out through your open mouth. Inhaling, reach away. Do one more, and then the option is to stick your tongue out as you breathe out. It's a bit like a haka, isn't it? Straighten arms and legs, release arms down, walk the feet in. Bring it 2 times. Okay, perfect. Let's just do one more forward fold. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Heels under hips, ground down through all of the feet. Slide your hands down your legs. Come into a forward fold. And then we'll inhale, flat back extension. So hands, palms onto thighs or fingertips onto shins. Reach away with the crown of your head. Imagine you want to make your back as flat, steady and stable as possible. And that, the open space in the front of the hip. And then from there, go back into the forward fold. And release the head. Let the head hang, circle it, nod it. Release the lower back. Surrender what you can surrender there. Let go of calves, thighs, head, neck, shoulders, jaw, face, eyebrows. What else can you let go of? And then from here we're going to just bend the knees and come on down to sitting. However is the best way for you to make your way down. Again, get your cushion or block or blocks, cushions, whatever. Sit as high as you need to be comfortable. And today we're going to do Ujayi breath, which is a bit very common yoga breath. It's really great for calming the nervous system, focusing the attention inwards. Very good for mindfulness. I thought it's a relevant one for us. And the best way to start, I think most of you have done it before, but just in case or as a little recap, we'll start by imagining you've got a mirror in your hand and you're going to steam it up. So mouth open. That in the throat is what you're keeping. So when you close your mouth, and Ujayi breath, if you can breathe in and out through the nose, is the way it's intended, but keeping that soft sound. So it gets called Darth Vader breath, but it's much softer than that. And if you do a few just gentle with your natural breath rhythm, kind of sounds a bit like the waves on a beach washing in and out. So mouth closed, in and out through the nose. And I'm going to count. If my count is too long or too short for you, then you can adjust it and make your breath length as long or as short as you need it to be. But I'm going to start by counting 2 at a count of 4, then 2 at a count of 5, and 2 at a count of 6. So we'll gradually extend the in-breath and the out-breath. And it's an equal parts breath, so it's a balancing breath, not energising and not calming, balancing. So when you're ready, exhale the breath that you have and breathe in 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then let the breath return to normal. Maybe close the eyes if they're open, if that feels good, or soften the gaze. And just sit with what is for a moment. Last week we did a meditation with the breath as a focus, just gently bringing the mind back to the breath. Today I thought we would use the sensations of the body, but it's your choice. So we'll do a little body scan and take the awareness around the body, and then I'll allow a minute or two of silence for you to practice your meditation, your mindfulness for yourself, but I will guide you to bring your awareness back to a point of focus. So you can either use the breath and the sensation of the breath, or the sound of the breath coming in and out of the body, or you can bring the awareness back to the sensations within the body. So experiencing just the present moment awareness, sensations of your physical experience right now. So your choice, whichever works nicely for you as a point of focus. You can either have the hands palm up tends to be an openness to the external world. Hands palm down can be a nice way to bring the awareness within. So try both, but palm down might be a nice way to bring the focus inwards. Again, drop the gaze or close the eyes, whichever suits best. Take 3 nice deep breaths to settle yourself again. And once you've done those nice deep belly breaths, so breathing really right down into the fullness of the belly, maybe exploring the gaps between the breath, the pauses, and on the exhale, following the breath all the way out. And when you've finished your nice 3 deep breaths, just let the breath return to normal. And then float the awareness to the crown of the head, all the muscles of the scalp. And float the awareness down across the brow, space where we sometimes find tension, between the eyebrows to the eyes, the little muscles around the eyes, and then the cheeks, and the nose, and the lips, the tongue, the spaces within the mouth, the jaw, the throat and the neck, shoulders, upper back and the chest, the upper arms, elbows, lower arms, backs of hands, palms of hands, the fingers and the spaces between the fingers. And back up to the chest and the belly, and the middle back and the lower back, the hips, pelvis, pelvic floor, the points of contact with the floor, the sitting bones, buttocks, thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet, the parts of you that touch the ground, and then the whole of the skin in contact with your clothes, spaces where the air touches the skin, and your whole body. See if you can shine the light of your awareness and encompass all of you physically, and let the awareness gently float around within the physical body. Use it as the point of focus. Or if the point of focus as the breath serves you better, you can use the breath. Kath, you can always sit on the bed with your legs on the edge of the bed if you see what I mean. If that's more comfortable than the floor, wherever works for you. And then just try to maintain that point of focus. And as we said last week, it's not about not letting the mind wander, it's not about the thoughts not coming in, it's about when they do, gently, as though you're training a puppy, just with complete compassion and no judgment, gently bring the awareness back to the point of focus. the mind has wandered or the thoughts have crept in or sounds have distracted you, gently and with compassion, shepherd the mind back to its point of focus. And maybe take a couple of deeper breaths before you open your eyes, just to bring a sense of aliveness and awakeness back. Maybe rub the palms of the hands together a little bit vigorously and generate a bit of warmth. And if the eyes are closed, you maybe take the hands over the closed eyes and open your eyes behind your palms. And then gently slide the hands down to welcome back in light and vision. Bring yourself back into the world. And let's take one lovely deep breath together. So taking the arms wide and high, palms come together above the head. Take the thumbs down to the chest, bow your head. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on. Namaste.